Welcome to Kanerika's podcast, The Digital Shift. Today, we're really diving deep into the world of AI agents for customer support. It's a huge topic right now.
Absolutely huge. It's shifted really fast from something theoretical to, well, a must-have for pretty much any company that wants to keep its customers happy.
And keep them, period. Because there's this massive gap, isn't there, between what customers expect and what they often get.
There really is, and the numbers are pretty stark. Over half of customers say they feel stressed, even frustrated when dealing with support.
Wow, over half. That's a lot.
It is. And think about this. How many chances do you think a company gets before that frustrated customer just leaves?
Not many, I'd guess. Maybe 3, 4.
Even fewer. The average is just 2.2 chances. After that, they're likely switching to a competitor. The margin for error is just incredibly thin.
2.2. Okay, that really puts the pressure on. And that pressure explains why this market is just exploding right now.
Exactly. We're looking at a market potentially hitting, almost $48 billion by 2030?
47.8, yeah. An incredible number. And that projection, the one about 95% of interactions being AI-powered, possibly by next year. That's mind-blowing.
It really signals the urgency. So today, that's our goal. We want to unpack what these AI agents actually are, how they bridge that customer expectation gap, and, the practical side of bringing them into your own operations.
Right, make it clear, make it actionable, so you listening don't feel lost in all the hype.
Precisely. Equip you, not overwhelm you.
Okay, let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people hear AI agent and just think chatbot. But they're really different beasts now, aren't they?
Oh, completely different. It really boils down to intelligence and memory. The old chatbots, they were basically just rigid scripts, like a phone tree, but on your screen.
Click this, type that.
Yeah.
Very limited.
Very. If you text something slightly wrong or asked a question that wasn't exactly in the script, they just broke. Sorry, I don't understand.
We've all been there. It's so frustrating.
Right. But modern AI agents, they're built on these really advanced, large language models. They don't just look for keywords. They actually understand the intent behind your words, the context of the conversation.
So I could type something informal, like, hey, where's my stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe even with a typo.
And it gets it. It understands you're asking for a shipping update without needing a perfect formal request. It figures out what you mean.
That alone feels like a huge leap.
It is. And that natural language understanding is just one piece. They can handle slang, common typos, even pick up on the sentiment, the emotion in the text.
Okay, what else can they do beyond just understanding me better?
Well, a huge one is context, remembering the conversation.
So I don't have to repeat myself 5 times.
Exactly. That's probably the number one complaint, right?
Yeah.
The agent remembers you mentioned your email address or the specific product you're asking about, even if it was several messages back. That continuity is crucial.
Definitely. What else?
They can pull information instantly, not just from a simple FAQ page, but from, the entire company knowledge base, technical docs, internal databases, manuals.
And synthesize an answer, not just link me somewhere.
Synthesize a specific answer for your query right on the spot. And maybe the most important part for a smooth experience, smart escalation.
Meaning they know when to give up.
Well, yeah, they know their limits. When something needs real human empathy or complex judgment, or maybe just a decision they aren't authorized for, they hand it off smoothly to a human agent.
And hopefully tell the human what's happened so far.
Absolutely. They provide a full summary, the context, everything, so the human isn't starting blind. That handoff is key.
Okay, that paints a much clearer picture. So if they can do all that, let's talk impact. What are the real tangible benefits driving this multi-billion-dollar market growth? Is it just about cutting costs?
Cost is part of it, sure, but it's much more strategic than just that.
Yeah.
It's about efficiency, yes, but also consistency and really fundamentally changing how the human support team works.
Okay, walk me through the big ones.
Benefit number 1 is probably the most obvious, 24/7 availability. Support never sleeps.
Right. No more waiting until 9 a.m. Monday morning if something goes wrong Sunday night.
Exactly. You get help when you need it, instantly. And that removes a massive operational headache for companies trying to staff off hours or weekends.
And that ties into speed, right? Getting answers fast.
That's benefit number 2. Instant responses. We're talking seconds, not minutes or hours on hold. And that speed isn't just convenience, it actually drives revenue.
How so?
Think about online shopping. Someone's about to buy, but they have a quick question about sizing or shipping. If they get an instant answer from an AI agent,
They complete the purchase right then and there. If they have to wait, they might just abandon the cart.
Precisely. Fast answers convert browsers into buyers. It reduces friction dramatically.
Makes sense. Okay, what's next? You mentioned scale.
Ah, yes. Scalability without limits. This is huge for businesses with fluctuating demand. A human agent can only handle one, maybe two conversations effectively at a time. An AI agent. It can manage hundreds of simultaneous conversations, maybe even thousands, depending on the setup. And the performance doesn't degrade.
So if you have a huge Black Friday sale
Yep.
or launch a new product and traffic spikes,
The AI scales up instantly to handle it. No hiring temps, no crazy overtime, no customers left waiting for hours. It just adjusts.
that's a powerful capability.
Yeah.
But you also mentioned something about insights, about fixing root causes.
Yes, actionable insights. This might be the most strategic benefit long term. The AI logs and analyzes every single interaction.
Okay.
So it doesn't just answer questions, it tells you why people are asking them. If, say, 30% of your support chats are about confusion over international shipping costs.
That tells you the information on your website probably isn't clear enough.
Exactly. It points directly to a root cause, maybe unclear web content, a confusing policy, a bug in the checkout that you can then fix. You're not just handling tickets faster, you're reducing the need for those tickets in the first place.
Fixing the problem, not just the symptom.
That's the goal.
So let's connect this back to the human agents. If AI is handling all this volume, answering common questions, what does that actually mean for the people doing support jobs?
It means their jobs get better. More interesting, actually. The AI takes over the repetitive stuff.
Like password resets, order tracking.
All those high-volume, low-complexity FAQs. We typically see AI agents reduce the ticket volume for those common queries by like 40 to 60%, sometimes even more.
40 to 60%, that frees up a lot of human time.
A massive amount. And that means your human agents can stop being FAQ machines and focus entirely on the complex, nuanced, high-value problems, the situations that actually require human judgment, creativity, empathy.
So the AI isn't just replacing tasks, it's also working with the human agents.
Absolutely. That's another key use case, assisting human agents. The AI can work in the background while a human is handling a call or chat.
Doing
Things like drafting suggested responses, automatically finding relevant info in the knowledge base, filling out ticket details, summarizing the conversation history. It basically acts like a superpowered assistant.
and that speeds things up.
Significantly, it can cut the average time it takes a human to handle a case, the average handling time, or AHT, by maybe 20 to 30%. Makes the agent more productive, and honestly, probably less stress, too.
I can see that. What about reaching broader markets?
Huge advantage there. Supporting multiple languages, a good AI agent can communicate fluently in dozens of languages, maybe 50 plus.
Wow. So you can offer support globally
Without hiring support staff fluent in every single language, it opens up international markets much more easily and cost effectively.
Okay, and one more use case you touched on, actually driving revenue, not just supporting customers.
Right, personalized recommendations. This moves the AI from just support into a sales role almost.
How does that work?
By accessing the customer's purchase history, maybe their browsing behavior, the AI can make really relevant suggestions. You just bought a new camera, and when you ask about accessories, it doesn't just list options, it recommends the specific memory card or lens filter that works best with your model.
That's much smarter than a generic upsell attempt.
Much smarter, and it works. We often see this driving cross-sell and upsell revenue increases by, say, 15 to 25%. It feels helpful, not pushy.
That's really powerful. Now, you mentioned that while these general capabilities are great for, say, 80% of support needs, some areas need more specialized tools.
Exactly. Think about really complex or highly regulated industries. Finance, legal, healthcare. A general-purpose customer service AI might not cut it there. The accuracy, the security, the compliance needs are just much higher.
Which is where more tailored solutions come in.
Precisely. And that's actually a big focus for us at Kanerika. While off-the-shelf tools are getting better, we often find businesses need AI agents designed for very specific, high-stakes tasks within their core workflows.
So not just customer-facing support, but internal processes too.
Yes, exactly. Things like compliance checks, document analysis, financial reconciliation, tasks where errors are costly and precision is paramount.
Can you give us an example of what these specialized agents look like?
Sure. So we've built agents like Alan. Alan is designed for legal teams. It can read through massive contracts, complex legal documents, regulatory filings, stuff that takes humans hours, and generate accurate summaries really quickly, all securely.
That sounds incredibly useful for lawyers buried in paperwork.
It really is. Then there's Susan. Susan is all about compliance, specifically PII, personally identifiable information.
Like names, addresses, social security numbers,
Yeah.
stuff covered by GDPR or AIPL.
Exactly. Susan automatically scans documents and removes that sensitive personal information before a document is shared or stored inappropriately. It's a critical task and really tedious and risky for humans to do manually at scale.
I can imagine. One slip up has big consequences.
Huge. And one more thing about finance or engineering. We have Mike, who's essentially a document accuracy checker. Mike scans reports, spreadsheets, technical docs, and flags things like calculation errors, inconsistent data points, formatting issues.
Finds the needle in the haystack.
Pretty much. It spots those subtle errors that are easy for the human eye to miss, explains the problem, and even suggests fixes. These are tools built for specific, demanding jobs where a general chatbot just wouldn't be sufficient.
That makes sense. So the landscape is broad. You've got general tools, specialized ones. For someone listening, trying to figure out which platform might be right, what are the main categories or players they should know about? Just a quick overview.
Yeah, the market is crowded, but you can sort of think about the major platforms based on their core strengths, maybe flexibility, ecosystem integration, and handling legacy systems.
Okay, let's start with flexibility.
That's where something like OpenAI's GPT models really shine. Their strength is the underlying power and the flexibility of their APIs. If you want to build a highly custom advanced solution, maybe something really unique to your business, OpenAI gives you the building blocks and that strong conversational capability.
Got it. So, best for bespoke solutions. What about companies heavily invested in, say, the Microsoft world?
Right, that's the ecosystem play. You'd look at Microsoft Copilot or the Azure Bot Service. If your organization runs on Microsoft 365, Teams, Dynamics, Azure, these tools integrate very smoothly. They're built for that environment and meet those enterprise-grade security and compliance needs often required in large companies. Deep integration is their key strength.
Makes sense to stay within the ecosystem if you can. And the third category, legacy systems.
Yeah, this is important for established enterprises. Think large banks, insurance companies, manufacturers who have complex, sometimes older back-end systems. That's where a platform like IBM Watson Assistant often comes in.
Why Watson?
Watson has a strong history and capabilities in understanding complex industry-specific workflows. Think processing intricate insurance claims, and crucially, in connecting to those legacy mainframe or database systems that newer cloud-native platforms might struggle with. So its strength is that sophisticated workflow orchestration and legacy connectivity.
Okay, that clarifies the main options. So let's say someone's convinced, they see the benefits, they have an idea of the tools. What are the critical steps to actually implementing this successfully? What are the best practices to avoid, common mistakes?
Good question. Because implementation is where things can go wrong if you're not careful.
Huh.
The biggest mistake is probably trying to do too much too soon.
Trying to boil the ocean, as they say.
Exactly. So best practice number 1, start with easy wins. Don't try to automate your most complex support issue on day 1. Focus on the top 10, maybe top 20, most frequent, simple questions.
The low-hanging fruit.
Precisely. Automating those gives you a quick, measurable ROI. It builds confidence internally, and importantly, it gives you real data to learn from for the next phase.
Okay, easy wins first. What's next? You mentioned data.
Right. Step 2, train with real customer conversations. This is critical. You can't just feed the AI generic training data and expect it to understand your customers.
Garbage in, garbage out.
You got it. The AI needs to learn from your historical support tickets, your successful chat logs. It needs to understand the specific ways your customers phrase things, the slang they use, the unique problems they have related to your products or services. Quality, relevant training data is key.
Makes sense. Train it on reality. What's number 3?
Embrace the hybrid model. We talked about this AI and humans working together. It's not about replacing humans entirely for most support functions, at least not yet. It's about partnership.
AI for speed and volume, humans for complexity and empathy.
That's the model. AI handles the tier 1, the quick answers, the routine stuff. Humans step in for the complex issues, the ones needing judgment, creativity, or just a real human touch. And crucially, have clear, seamless handoff processes between them. No making the customer repeat themselves.
Absolutely vital. Okay, step 4.
Keep checking and improving. Launching the AI agent isn't the finish line, it's the starting line. You have to monitor its performance constantly.
How?
Review the conversations where it failed or struggled. Track its accuracy rates. Are customers getting the right answers? Are they satisfied? And you need to update its knowledge, especially when you launch new products or change policies. It requires ongoing maintenance and refinement.
It's a living system, not a static tool.
Exactly. And finally, best practice number 5, which loops back to that customer stress point we started with, make human contact easy.
Don't trap people in the bot.
Never. Always provide a clear, easy-to-find option to escalate to a human agent. Maybe it's a button that says, talk to a person. Make it visible. Even if most people don't use it, knowing the option is there builds trust and respects customer choice. It prevents that feeling of being stuck.
Great points. So starting simple, training well, blending AI and human, constant improvement, and always providing an escape hatch to a human.
That's a solid foundation for success.
This has been incredibly helpful. I think the main takeaway for me, and hopefully for you listening, is that these AI agents are way beyond simple cost-cutting tools. They're really strategic assets.
Definitely. They drive real efficiency. You mentioned that 40–60% reduction in common tickets, but they also improve the consistency and quality of service 24/7. And they free up your human experts to do more valuable work.
Which leads to a fascinating final thought, perhaps.
Well, it raises a really important strategic question for every business, doesn't it? As AI gets better and better at handling all the routine, predictable issues, what happens to the human workforce?
Right. How do their roles change?
Businesses need to think seriously about retraining and restructuring. The focus for human agents has to shift almost entirely away from simple issue resolution towards those high-judgment, complex, empathetic interactions, solving the really tough problems, building relationships. That's where humans will provide unique value. That shift in focus is the real digital shift happening in enterprise workflows.
A profound point to consider. And if you, listening, are thinking about how to make this shift in your own organization, especially across complex areas like finance, supply chain, or even retail operations,
then we at Kanerika can certainly help. We specialize in building those custom Gen AI models, integrating Agentic AI that fits right into your specific daily workflows, boosting productivity where it matters most.
partnering with you can help take that next practical step towards AI-powered efficiency.
We believe so. It's about making AI work for your specific business challenges.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for sharing all this insight today.
My pleasure. It's an exciting time in this space.
It certainly is. Thank you for joining us on The Digital Shift. We'll explore more enterprise technology transformations next time.